Thank you, sir. I'm Officer Cosworth. I'll be taking his statement. Anything you could tell us helps.
Of course. It's a final season after all.
Alright, let's start with your name, age, profession, please.
Dr. Henri Laroche, 58 years old, and I'm an adjunct professor at Harvard, Department of Anthropology.
How long have you been a Harvard professor for?
9 years as of this year. Previously, I was with the Anthropology Department at the University of Montreal for 15 years after I earned my PhD.
That explains the accent. I was wondering.
Right. Yeah, I'm from Quebec, originally. Got my U.S. citizenship 12 years ago at this point, I believe.
What drew you to Harvard away from Quebec?
More money, honestly. I'm half kidding. They do have a swell anthropology department, and a good friend of mine told me they had a spot open. I couldn't say no. But Boston has a certain charm to it. The coastal towns do as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Ever been to Kingport?
Not yet. I know it's quite close, but just don't have the time, you know?
Right. I get that, yeah. Beautiful cliffs there, especially in the summertime.
Very nice. I'll keep that in mind.
You were home last night, right?
Yes, sir.
And I understand you were the one who made the call to my department. You must have been up pretty late.
I was, yes. I was grading papers. It's that time of the year where sleep eludes me.
You reported hearing 3 gunshots earlier tonight around 1:35 a.m., correct?
Yeah, from the parking lot out there. I think they were closer to the furthest building down there.
Did you happen to run outside and take a look?
No, sir.
You reported hearing a woman scream too, is that correct?
Yes. It sounded like she may have been putting up a fight.
Gotcha, okay. Do you know the other residents in these apartments well? I know there's 3 of you to an apartment, but did you ever stop and say hi or anything like that with the other residents?
Occasionally, if I saw them in the morning going to my car or when coming home. A lot of these folks keep odd schedules. I mean, I wouldn't know.
Do you know Dr. Laura Clark well?
She lives down at the far end, right? Well, that name, I might know her. It sounds familiar.
That's correct, Dr. Laroche. She's with Harvard European Language Department. Have you ever had any interaction with her?
Oh, you're saying it was her?
We have reasons to believe so, yes. She wasn't in our apartment when she didn't come to work today. Do the language department and anthropology department have any overlap?
Sometimes, yes. Antiquity and the origins of different languages very much overlap and intersect. I know of her by reputation, and I've seen her once or twice on campus. Maybe one time outside in the parking lot, but she was too far away for me to really say anything. I don't know her personally.
And just to reiterate, you didn't look outside.
No, sir, that would have been foolish to me.
And you saw or heard nothing else, right?
No, sir. I heard the scream, then the gunshots, opened my door, closed it, came back inside, and dialed 911 immediately.
So you heard the scream first, then the gunshot?
Yes, sir. My apologies.
That's okay. You were up late, running on a little sleep. Just like me, huh?
I was, yes.
Any strange or suspicious individual coming around lately?
No, sir. Not that I can recall.
Okay. Well, Dr. Laroche, I think that's all I need. If you happen to think of anything else, please don't hesitate to give me a call, okay?
Of course. Mon Dieu, I hope she's okay.
Your statement will help us a lot. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm glad.
I think even in this current state of his, Scott has enough wherewithal not to just immediately tackle this guy, but he is gonna come up quite aggressively behind him. And when he's about maybe 30 some odd feet away, he's gonna yell, O'Neill!
He starts and he turns around, like whips his head around. Scott?
Yeah, it's me, Alex. You surprised to see me here? You surprised to see me back in a place of higher learning?
Listen, Scott,
Who's your friend, Alex?
This is...
Maybe she ought to clear off and let us talk like men here.
She doesn't need to do that, Scott. McKenna, it's okay. He looks over at her and looks back to you. This is Dr. Scott Macallan, he says, gesturing his hand towards you. We used to work together back at Berkeley. And she just looks between the two of you and says, "Oh, that's him?" And then she realizes she shouldn't have said that. She has this look come over her face like, "Oh shit, I should not have said that." And Dr. O'Neill winces as she says those words.
You've been telling stories outside of class, Alex?
McKenna, I'll catch up with you, okay? Just me and Scott need to talk for a second, okay? And she quickly nods her head, and she's red in the face. She's, like, embarrassed as hell. And she keeps walking in the direction that she had been walking in. Presumably, it sounded like they were heading to her car, or to his car. You don't know. But you and O'Neill are just standing here in the cold December air. Both of you have your arms close to your chest. Eddie, for your part, you see and hear Scott yelling at this guy. What the fuck is he doing? Who is this guy, you think?
Do I want to get involved in this?
You're going to have to if you want to keep the integrity of the mission in check. But are you approaching?
Okay. Yeah. Eddie's going to make his way over.
Yeah, and Scott, you don't notice this because your back is to Eddie. But Scott, Dr. O'Neill says to you, "Look, man, it was a bad situation. You hit me. You were... You do know you were..." He leans in. "You were eating the pages from that book, right? You weren't yourself."
You know, it's funny, Alex. Most of my memories of that day are from what other people tell me.
That's what happened.
It might shock you to...
It is.
Oh, that's what happened. I believe it.
I mean,
I do. Because I've seen worse, Alex.
What are you talking about?
Why are you here? You're a bit far away from California, aren't you? This is my neck of the woods.
The last I recall, Scott, you were expelled, fired from Berkeley.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm here interfacing with other colleagues. You know, we're exchanging research. We're talking. We're trying to get things sorted out for the next year. You know, what are you doing here?
I'm doing the same thing, Alex. But you think that I get kicked out of Berkeley and that's it for me? That I'm done? That I'm just gonna go and sit in a hole with my tail tucked between my legs? No. I'm better than that. And I'm bigger than that. And I actually have a question for you now, Alex. Are you here for Dr. Clack for any reason?
No. I mean, the name is familiar, but no.
Oh, well, that's, I suppose, fortunate for you, because she's a bit hard to reach at the moment.
Okay. Is there something you want to say to me, Scott?
Well, I got something to say to you. No,
Eddie,
actually.
At this point, you can start to hear the tone of the conversation. Doesn't sound particularly friendly, and most of that unfriendliness seems to be coming from Scott's side of the conversation. But you keep walking closer.
Ugh, Christ. It's going to be so awkward to interfere with this, but Eddie's just going to try and get up to him.
You're not quite there yet.
I mean, you could always holler at me.
Dr. O'Neill looks at you, and he says, "Look, yes, admittedly, I should have done more. I knew you weren't yourself that day. I knew that, but my hands were tied. Some people came in afterwards and told me not to. They told me I either had to, like, they threatened me, essentially, all right? I either had to say that you were out of control, a fucking nut job, a fucking nutcase, or I'd lose my job. Which, that doesn't... Look, I know it doesn't sound great, okay? But these were serious people. I'm talking like Men in Black type of shit, you know?
You know, O'Neill, you're saying that a bunch of government goons came in and threatened you over little old me? I thought I was the one who was talking crazy, but that's out there, man.
You always were talking a little crazy, let's be honest.
And I was always right, wasn't I? And that's why you came to me for the Bejmanai Kaniga. Because I was the
His
one who
eyes
could
go
do
a
it.
little wide. Why do you gotta bring that up?
You know, it's something that's been lingering over both our heads.
Yeah, I'm not proud of what
Forever.
I'm stealing a priceless book from the height of people. It's not my best moment. I know that. But you went along with it. You didn't sell me out. But like, look, when people come along
I
and
know.
threaten everything
Makes one of us.
about your life, about your livelihood, what would you do, man?
I'd tell him to shoot, because I'm only a man.
Eddie, you're right up behind Scott at this point, and Scott, you see that his attention is broken because he kind of looks past you a little bit. Is he with you? And he points behind you.
Yeah, this guy's gonna look. Ah, there you are, Eddie. Meet Dr. Alex O'Neill. He's a old friend of mine.
Hey, Eddie. I'll hold out my hand.
He'll take it and shake it. Dr. O'Neill looks between the two of you. Look, Scott, I'm sorry for what happened to you. I really am, okay? This shit wasn't my best moment, okay? None of this shit. You still have my number, right?
Eddie's gonna go ahead and look around and see how much of a scene this is causing.
It's not causing that much of a scene.
He's not been quiet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let it continue.
Call me sometime. Let's fucking talk about this shit.
Of course,
I still consider you a friend. I know that things have been difficult the last several years, and just reach out and talk to me, man. That's all I ask.
Scott's just gonna look at him for a long moment and, well, I better get going, O'Neill. That pretty little thing was looking a little bit distraught when she ran
No
off.
thanks to you. And he looks at you, Eddie, and says, he's a smart son of a bitch. But sometimes, Scott, you don't know when to quit, which is a good and a bad thing. And then he turns and he walks in the direction that he had originally been heading, away from you both.
Someone you know?
He's nobody.
And he's at a diner somewhere nearby. Should head over.
That's good. I could use something warm to eat. Fucking freezing out here.
So it sounds like you guys are going to head to Eddie's rental vehicle and head to Ray's.
Yeah, that's where I was.
Luckily,
thinking we need to go.
The Crown Victoria is not in the same direction that Dr. O'Neill was heading, which would have been incredibly awkward. It's in another parking lot.
Okay.
So the two of you make your way towards the parking lot. Eddie, you stop on the way and ask a passing student if they know where Ray's is. They happen to know. They give you directions from here on campus, and the two of you head there. Do you guys converse on the way over, or no?
I think Scott's mostly just kind of leaning against the window, just glaring off into
Yeah,
space.
Eddie, you're human being as high as it is. You've been in a similar position before of simmering quiet rage. And that's what you get off of Scott, or coming from him. That's what you see him like clench his fist up and he's white knuckling his fist while staring out the window as you are driving to Ray's. And the car ride is silent. Meanwhile, over at the diner, after Haney returns from his phone call and continues eating his breakfast platter that he had ordered, the two of you are sitting in this booth back in the corner. And if you wanted to have a conversation, take it away.
After finishing his food and grabbing his fourth cup of coffee, Reed then looks up to Haney and just asks, so there's his history between all of you?
Yeah. About a year ago, two of them and two others showed up, and I was operating as a friendly for a while, so there was some stuff went down in my area.
And Reed, you're familiar with the concept of a friendly.
We got the job done.
Oh, yeah, I reckon. Been on a few operations. Right, okay, you say those two and two others? Well, what about the others? Didn't make it?
I mean, you heard them in the hotel. One of them died. I wasn't there for it, didn't know. The other one, I don't know. I guess just isn't here. Maybe he's dead, maybe he's whatever.
So, what's your read on them?
On them two? They're capable.
You sure? I mean, the one upon getting the briefing just knocked back an entire little thing of vodka from the minibar.
Yeah, I mean, my experience with them is that they were a bit temperamental, but especially the two of them are good shots.
And in that moment, Haney, you very clearly remember, as you know him as Glasses at the time, now as Scott, blowing the head off of Spencer Dixon very clearly in his family home.
Yeah, he just kind of twitches his head a little bit to the side. He goes, yeah, they're capable gunmen. I'll say that much.
Well, I guess that's reassuring. Thanks, I just wanted to check.
Yeah, my knowledge is that they're not off their rockers, but it's been a year. They seem to have gone at least together on one more operation if one of them died, so fuck if I know.
A lot can happen to a man in a year.
How long have you been doing this kind of stuff?
This exact kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Round about like 3.5 years.
Has it changed you a lot? Do we have to be worried about you?
I'd say I'm keeping it mostly together. Nobody's keeping it 100% together, let's be real.
No, of course not. As long as you can keep your head on straight, particularly in a crisis, should be alright.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too much of a problem.
We'll have to watch the temper on the other two, I think. I don't know, especially the one I called Soldier Boy, Eddie. I mean, you know, clearly a veteran. And hey, they're good people, they did good work, but man, a lot of them are loose cannons.
Oh yeah, I've known a few guys since NAM.
Yep.
I have one tour. Luckily, I only worked support. You know, always need someone capable of a little technology.
Right. Yeah, well, I don't know. I had all my time as I worked as an officer for quite a while. Got up to Master Trooper and then retired about 3 years ago. I never served myself. I didn't get drafted and didn't sign up. I felt that I had more to do here at home. Obviously would have taken the call if it came, but never did.
So, is there like that much crime in Kansas?
Some, yeah. Yeah, there's quite a bit. I mean, you'd think that, smaller state, less crazies, but I find it the other way around. You get these rural areas, you get these people that know each other. It's like these festering wounds that you always have to keep an eye on. And if you prod one too hard, then the whole system kind of breaks. So it's a bit of a balancing game as far as that goes.
Yeah, that sounds pretty fun. Shitty. Never been one to enjoy too many rural areas. Been mostly in the city.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, you can get a nice house for not a lot of money. I mean, not that I didn't make a lot of money, not that my wife doesn't make a lot of money. But anyway, do well for myself.
Reed, he mentioned about an operation a year ago here in the States. I'm just curious. Give me an N times 5 roll minus 40%. Because
minus
about it?
40.
Well, you were overseas.
Yeah.
But what happened in Kansas made national news.
Absolutely fucking not. Yeah, that's a 70 over now 15.
Yeah, you're
yeah, to be fair, it made national news, but it was covered pretty well, as my remember.
Yeah, so you're trying to, as Haney is opening up a little bit more to you, and you're thinking about things that could have happened a year ago, nothing really comes to you. But then again, you have been pretty busy over the last year in Berlin. So it's not a surprise that you can't really think of what the hell they could have happened, but that's probably for the best that he's being vague and his OPSEC is good. Dancing around the details without really revealing too much.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It's kind of respectable, you being in your line of work that you're in.
Not remembering, obviously, because if he thinks back, he's probably like sitting inside a shitty East Berlin apartment at that time with like wallpaper already like coming from the wall and a little bit of wind like rustling through the fucked up windows, sitting in front of a listening device, like listening to tapes that have been recorded and recovered a few days ago and just like going through them. And yeah, so he just thinks of that and it says, it's good that you all made it out of that. I've had a couple of occasions where, let's just say it didn't go that well.
I mean, this is my first time on the field as a proper full agent, so to speak. Been vying for it for a bit, but it's not so different from being a friendly.
You actually wanted to go out and do some field work.
Yeah, I wanted to be useful. I've not been working for a bit, and my kids have all but left the home. Not much for me to do but sit around and watch TV and go to a ball game every once in a while. Kind of boring.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I don't think I could do that either. When I was in Nam, I was thinking about, like, sitting in a comfy chair, watching news, feet kicked up on a little pedestal. I don't think I could enjoy my time like this anymore. With all the shit that I've experienced and all the stuff that's been going on, and also everything that I, like, know, you know?
Yeah. It's like an itch that you can't really scratch. I know last time, you know, when I met these boys, they tried to convince me to keep my nose out of it. I just couldn't. You know what I mean? It's this feeling like you gotta run, but you're stuck. You're tied to a bed. But you gotta fucking run. And I had to do something. There's only one patio you can fucking build on your goddamn house before there's no more fucking patios to build. So, you know, I built my patio, and then what the fuck else was I gonna do?
Yeah, that's fair. You only gotta watch out. Do not run in blindly.
Right. I took some time. I used to be 40 pounds fatter and a bit less mentally sharp, so took up to running. I lifted some weights. I checked out some books at the fucking library. You know, I'm doing my best. I just can't be stuck, can't be tied down anymore. I'm so fucking sick of it. They don't tell you that there's this idea that when you retire, it's this beautiful sunlit life. You're just sitting with your fucking wife and peace and whatever. Peace gets goddamn boring.
It's at this point, Scott and Eddie walk into the diner, and you two, you look around briefly and you see them on the left side of this diner in the back corner, by huge glass pane windows, kind of all around.
We're probably like near the jukebox as well.
Oh yeah, there
If
would
there
be
is
one.
one. Yeah, I'm assuming in this diner.
And the two of you walk down there, lock eyes in recognition. Who sits next to Haney? Who sits next to Reed? Because they're sitting across from each other.
I'll sit next to Haney. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll sit next to the new guy.
Haney's gonna say right before Eddie sits down, he'll pass you a nickel, say, "Hey, could you put something in that jukebox before we get talking? Pick whatever you like."
Of course. Yeah, Eddie will go over and put on What's New Pussycat twice and go sit back down.
Okay. Your waitress comes by and says, "What can I get you boys?"
I'll take a black coffee and take some hash browns with some eggs if you got them.
And for you, sir? Looking at you, Eddie.
Get some coffee, cream and sugar on the table, and get a Reuben.
Yeah, we can do that. All right, I'll...
Side of Coke, French fries.
You got it. So yeah, the waitress disappears, and the four of you are once again reunited.
Alright, so what'd you boys find? Went to Harvard, right?
Oh, I just sat outside the office, but I'm sure Scott knows more than me.
Yeah, well, learned a little bit more and less than I was hoping for. So, no new leads on Clock, but turns out that there's apparently been some skinheads kicking around the campus, been harassing folk. And he's going to reach into his pocket to take out the paper the grad student or assistant or whoever it was had drawn on, and kind of unfold it and push it out to the middle of the table, but like keeping an arm, like one of his arms stretched down the table to block, casual observer from just looking in.
Haney takes a sharp intake of breath. Well, those are nasty folk.
Yeah, Haney, you've only seen this symbol come up one time in your time as a Kansas State Police. It's specifically the Totenkopf, the skull and bones, and you know it to be the Totenkopf. You weren't directly involved with that case, but this was like back in your younger days.
But everybody was talking about it.
It was quite a big deal at the time.
Well, if that's what we're in for, we're fucked a little bit, I think.
Reed, you only recognize this because of the area of the world that you worked in.
Yep.
It's mainly the Totenkopf as well. Like the Stone and Red is more esoteric, which is the only reason Scott knows it. So Scott, I mean,
may I roll a code?
yeah, sure. With your base, go ahead.
Yeah,
Maybe
sure.
you know
I mean,
something.
maybe. You know, you never know. Nope. That's a 37 over 10, but now I get to
Do you mind if I pop off
Yeah,
a cult as well?
yeah. Go ahead.
That's a failure at a 61 over 30.
So when Scott lays out this other symbol, which it kind of looks like a weird artist interpretation of a blackened sun, Reed and Haney, this is not familiar to you guys. Unlike the Totenkopf, which is a little bit more common.
What the fuck is this thing?
Reed just nods.
Yeah, Scott will look between the two of them. It's like, well, it's an ancient symbol, but it got repurposed by Heinrich Himmler and the SS, part of their esoteric beliefs. You know, they were part of the ones who were big on the whole occult side of things, you know, looking to, find a true Aryan race up in the Himalayas, or looking to, gain the power of the void through, some sort of ritual.
Would love to say absolutely fucked up Nazi beliefs, but also with knowing what we potentially be dealing with, you think this will hold any real value?
Question for Max.
Yes.
So, this is kind of inside baseball, but per Delta Green lore, the Dalv Namyon's book, the Gothic translation of Al-Azif, that was in the possession of the Nazis during World War II. Would Scott know this, having worked backwards from the Vegemnaya Kniga to the Dalv Namyon's book?
I'm going to say no.
That's fair. I mean, that'd be very kind of inside baseball.
It's more so if Scott once remembered it, he doesn't anymore. Not after consuming the pages from it.
And it's not like, Scott would actually, he can't read Gothic. He would have to have used another scholar.
That's fair, yeah.
He can read Russian, and through Russian he understands Church Slavonic, but Gothic, no, not in his area.
I mean, do any of you know, like, are Nazis involved with this kind of stuff? Like, do they have access
those
to...
fucking roaches grab onto every fucking thing they can.
Right, I guess, but they still lost, huh? I mean, I know they're still around, but...
You would believe how many, yeah. Just in like, the fucking government after the war alone. Like, half of them are, who have connections or were even in the party.
Yeah, and don't forget all the homegrown shitheads, like Rockwell.
Yeah, very familiar with those. Alright, well, do we think they're connected to what happened with Clark? I mean, there's violent Nazis around.
I don't know. Certainly not friendly, I can tell you that much, but whether or not they're directly involved with Clark, can't say. Don't have enough evidence one way or another. Grad students were certainly afraid of him, though.
I mean, if we got nothing else to work off of, I'd say it's our best bet.
I don't know, you said they were harassing the grad students, or what was going on there?
Harassing people in general on campus.
I'd say it's a strong
Alright.
lead to work off of, but we got something else.
Yeah, I got a little wannabe Erico Malatesta up there. Mitchell Caius, apparently. Now, anarchism is an infantile disorder, but he's better than nothing.
So what, like a political opposition? He's fighting these guys, or what? How is he involved?
A little baby firebrand, apparently trying to whip people up against the Nazis, as well as just doing a typical student anarchist thing, being
Right.
thriftless and without program, but like I said, better than nothing.
Is the college doing anything about it? I mean, I'm sure they've heard
Didn't
that
seem
these
like it.
folks are coming to campus. Might be worth asking the cops about. See if they've heard anything. Any reports? I'm sure if they're harassing the students, they're harassing other people. And if they're just
Strongly
harassing
active,
the
yeah.
students, then that's fucking odd.
I mean, it's at least worth a try, yeah.
Alright, so you've got this up-and-coming political guy.
As you're about to continue,
Anything
Haney,
else?
you stop talking because the waitress brings coffee and your food at the same time for the other two. And, pleasantries, oh, thank you, are exchanged between the other two and the waitress. She walks away.
Before she walks away, because also probably the song has ended, Reed's gonna reach over the table, because he doesn't want Scott to have to stand up, and just ask the waitress, hey, could you change the song? There's this new thing I want to hear. Regastly, never gonna give you up. And he just sends her a bit of money for it.
I love that one.
That's a good one. It's really catchy. Yeah, and she takes your money, goes over and puts it in the jukebox.
Oh, God, my daughter won't stop playing this fucking thing.
Yeah, so as the sound of Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up plays out of the jukebox, you guys dig into your respective foods. Simple diner fare.
So it looks like we've got two things that we're looking at. This political guy, see what he knows about the Nazis, and then the cops, see what they know about Clark and the Nazis. Eddie, you still look pretty young. You could probably get in one of those campus parties, maybe get a bead on what student life is like in a more casual setting.
Not really sure I could pass for a student at Harvard.
And Scott will look to you and say, well, how's your alcohol tolerance, Eddie?
Really good.
And you'll fit right in.
Never did go to college.
Don't matter, it's Harvard. All these people are dumb as rocks anyhow.
Maybe to you.
Look, we'll just get you a pair of glasses and some tight-fitting shirt. They'll let you in.
You look like Clark Kent.
Yep. My son likes that comic.
But while I'm doing that, Reed, you down to try and get in there?
Probably, yeah. Normally I would like to know what the security situation is, but
They look pretty lax.
let's first see what visiting the police and the student is gonna bring to the table. Maybe we don't even need to go into her office.
I guess I'll head back to the campus then. Try and see if there's any parties going on tonight. The rest of y'all doing?
Well, I gotta admit, Eddie, as much as I trust you to be able to fit in, I would still like to go with you just because, this is more my area than yours.
And he swallows a piece of his food, looks at Scott, just says, "Sure about that, bud?"
Of course I'm sure. Like, what, you think I'm gonna just let you go and hobnob for, if this little anarchist is even halfway intelligent, he will be able to clock cop or grunt sooner than he's gonna clock an academic.
You almost broke OPSEC back there.
What upset? Neil's a worm, he won't say shit.
Sorry,
know.
what?
Doesn't say anything but raises an eyebrow.
Yeah, he was like, I'm sorry. What happened?
Someone he knew
I ran
was
to
on campus, and he walked up to them and started an argument.
Okay.
Eddie, give me an N times 5 roll.
Fail. 73 over 50.
Luckily for Scott, Mike, Eddie doesn't recall the fact that Scott name-dropped Dr. Clark's name to Dr. O'Neill. So, continue on.
I'll say, it almost got pretty physical between you and him. From the looks of it, both yelling at each other. Glad I was there. I was gonna pull you out. And there was someone next to him
O'Neill.
too. You're lucky that you didn't draw
Yeah, she
attention to
fucked up
yourself.
quick. Listen, Eddie,
You
I
forget
understand your concern.
You forget I'm there with you. If you go down, I go down with you. I'm not leaving you behind.
Well, that's your choice.
No, a Marine doesn't leave people behind.
Oh, well, that's very sweet, Eddie, but,
All right, let's
That's your own damn
stop
choice.
picking a cat fight for a second. So you had an argument with somebody on campus.
He did.
All right. He just takes a second, sips his coffee, pours another sugar packet in there, takes another drink, looks back up and says, "All right, so why?"
Some old wounds. Some old
Right, but you
skulls
can't
left unsaid.
keep your mouth shut for about 20 minutes while we deal with this severely dangerous situation that we're not supposed to fucking be here for.
Scott, this coming from the man who called around town asking after Dr. Kimball. Give me a pal times 5 roll, please.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's easy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here we
Oh
go.
man, I can
Here we
see
go,
Scott
boys.
jump.
We don't have a bond.
We'll see. Success. 21 under 60.
You clench your fork in your hand as you look across from him, and Haney, there's this look that crosses Scott's face. He looks like he wants to say something, but you can clearly tell he's using every ounce of his willpower to keep it in his fucking brain.
Easy
He
there,
is very
Scott.
used to this expression. He's had 3 children that were teenagers at some point in their lives, and now they're like 18 or in their early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right now, Scott kind of resembles a teenager in a man's
Scott's
body
being
to
a
you right
petulant
now.
child, Which actually is what he's going to say. He's like, I'd prefer that if you're going to be a petulant child, you keep that to after we're done with the mission. And when you're not risking the life of this missing woman and of all of us on the team. That's what you guys taught me to do, right? Told me to keep my mouth shut. Told me to be careful. Let's do the same. Let's follow the example. All right, so what's the plan? Where's everyone going?
Eddie's braced for Scott to fly over the fucking table right now.
Yeah, can I roll
Almost.
human?
What's your? I think your human's a 50, right?
Yeah.
Reed, roll me human.
I don't think I... Do I need to roll it, man?
No, yours is
I
high
feel
enough.
like Eddie doesn't.
Yeah, Eddie. Scott is holding back rage. It's very clear.
Reed is just vibing with a 57.
Yeah, you're listening.
over
You're listening.
50.
Never gonna give you up.
He's like, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. And he has his coffee in hand, and he's like, it's full on vibe, and he's not getting the mood at all.
You're relaxing a little bit for the first time since coming home and from not being over in Berlin, even if you are on mission right now.
Yeah, this is a tense situation, but it's not as tense as like getting fucking hunted down by the
Fucking Stasi.
Stasi.
Yeah.
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 Eddie's gonna elbow Haney and just whisper, easy with them. Something's off about him.
All right, so
Reed is just vibing, eating his food, and the three of you are kind of like in this weird verbal Mexican standoff until Eddie tries to diffuse the situation slightly.
Let's just finish our fucking food and get out of here.
Right, where are we going? Reed and I talked to the police. I'd like to go to the station at some point. You two have stuff on campus. I don't know if I trust you on campus right now, Scott. Do you want to come to the police station?
I should be fine on campus alone.
And to the question of, would Scott like to be, head to the police station with Reed and Haney? No, and I'd rather never be inside a police station ever again.
That's fine. Then either can you keep your cool on campus, or do you need to...
Do I look like your fucking errand boy, Harley?
No, but you look like you're upset, and you sound like you're upset, and apparently acted like you were upset. So, what I'm trying to ascertain is, can you be calm and go back on campus? Can we trust you to do that? I'd like you to. You're the one that's got the best credentials. You know a hell of a lot more about this world than any of us do. But if you're picking fights, then that makes it dangerous. So can you keep your cool? Can you keep it together?
Scott, as much as Haney pissed you off of his bad OPSEC a year ago, he's right.
Which makes Scott angrier, by the way. Haney's right.
But you keep your cool.
Yeah, and Scott will unclench his white-knuckled fist and just chug down the rest of his coffee, bang the mug down. Yeah, I'm cool.
All right. Trust each other until we have a reason not to, right? So do we want to set a time to meet, or do we want to... Do any of y'all have a pager? Can we get in contact somehow, or my number?
Eddie, you never reacquired a pager after your incident.
Eddie's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna hope someone with a pager is gonna go with him.
Does Scott have a pager?
Nope, he does not.
Okay.
Maybe 2 hours, like what? We meet at the Hampton Inn. Need to get a room for the night, need to call Carradine again, and then we can figure out what the evening plans are. If you guys are going to go break into Harvard, then we'll do that. Does that sound good?
I think the less people we bring, the better.
Alright. Well, before I head out, I'm going to order myself some cherry pie. If anybody else wants dessert, I'll cover the meal.
Oh, I'm just gonna take a coffee with me to go.
Eddie thinks
All
on
right.
it. I get some rice pudding.
Scott, you got a sweet tooth?
No.
Alright. And you'll wave the waitress over, do the last round of orders, and close out the tab.
Yeah. She comes back with a cherry pie, a rice pudding, a cup of coffee, and a to-go cup for Reed. The bill is settled.
And he pays with cash.
And I'm assuming the same car formation. Reed and Haney, Scott and Eddie together.
Yeah, I don't wanna put Haney and Scott.
Oh,
into
come
the
on, that'd
same
be fun.
car. That's
You sure?
I think he will kill
You
him.
sure? Might be fun.
I think
I've already had a
Scott-
character punched in the face by Scott, so
Yeah.
like maybe
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
That's true. So with Scott and Eddie getting back into Eddie's Crown Victoria, and Matthew Reed and Harley Haney getting into Reed's AMC Eagle, we're going to cut over to Harley and Reed going to the Cambridge Police Station.
Are we calling Carradine first, or
Did you want to call Carradine first?
Honestly, I would call him after, because then he would get more information.
There we go. Okay. No, that's smart. So, let's see. About this point in time, it's about, I'm going to say it's like 7:30 p.m. You know, it's wintertime. You pull up to the Cambridge Police Station and you park, making sure that you have your fake FBI credentials ready, Matthew Reed. Actually, that's a good question. Does Jess Reed go inside?
no?
Okay, you're going to go.
Yeah, they know that I'm consulting.
Okay.
He didn't ask for my
That's
card,
right.
but that I was there with him.
So you head inside, and there is a little bit of a bustle of activity in here. You know, it's a police station at night. You see a man with handcuffs behind his back, sitting in a chair, and an officer is just standing next to him, watching him, glowering over him. There is a reception desk, and there is a officer sitting at it, but it's pretty much a standard open bullpen. There's hallways that lead off to the left and to the right. There's some stairs kind of in the back of this big open space that kind of go up to a second floor. You see some offices on the top floor that are kind of overlooking this bullpen, big glass windows. One section has the blinds pulled down over it, the others open, and you can see, like, you know, there's lights on in both of them, like people are still working there, the graveyard shift, if you will. What's your approach?
Reed just walks up to the counter, gives a big smile to whoever sits behind it, and says, "Dominic Bradford, FBI, this is a consultant of mine, Harley Haney. I think your chief might expect us."
He does like a gesture with his middle finger and forefinger and his thumb to see your badge.
Yeah, sure.
Takes a look at it, looks at you, hands it back, and then he does the same gesture to you, Harley.
Oh yeah, he'll hand his over.
It's a young African-American cop sitting behind the desk, just give it a little bit more flavor. Skinny, has like a nice trimmed mustache, short cropped black hair. He cocks an eyebrow when he looks at your badge, Haney, and he says, "Kansas?
Yep.
And you're DC? Interesting."
I'm doing a consultant job. They fly some of us out sometimes.
He nods his head understandingly. Okay. He hands it back to you. So what is this regarding?
We're not here on official business, but we wanted to consolidate with...
So the cop, he looks back up at you. Oh, you're talking about that Clark woman, right? Word travels kind of fast, you know. It's not every day that an academic goes missing.
Yeah, pretty odd.
You talked to the officer on scene, right?
Yes, yeah, we did.
Okay, yeah, he did radio in something about an FBI agent being on site.
Yeah, we're not there for the disappearance, but it's certainly caught our eye that a woman that was being brought in for consultant work on this same case that I'm on has gone missing.
And that's correct, Agent Bradford?
Yep.
Got it. Okay. Wait right over there, and he gestures to empty seats that are like across from the handcuffed man and the other cop, and he says, "I need to make a phone call real quick."
Yeah, no worries.
Sounds good, thank you.
Any chance I could get a coffee around here?
Oh yeah. He points like behind you to your right, and you turn and look, and you see that there's like a countertop of a coffee maker, a microwave.
Hell yeah.
There's a fridge next to it.
Haney will point to a little glass bowl on the desk with mints. He'll say, "Do you mind if I take a couple of these? I miss these horrible, shitty mints. Used to have them."
How long were you a cop for?
Yeah, I was on the force for 37 years.
Hot damn. And they got you consulting? Must be getting decent payday from that, he says.
Yeah, it's all right. I like to keep busy, so I take whatever opportunities arise.
Reed, would you have gone to get the coffee while Haney is...
Yeah, absolutely. And while doing that, I'm looking around to see if there's any other cops that may be gossiping with each other.
Yeah, give me an alertness roll.
Alright, what's my alertness? Oh, 53. Okay, let's see. Failure. 59 over 53.
No, not anybody in immediate earshot that happened to be chatting idly about things of interest. It's mainly just cops walking by you, and anyone who you could listen to is further away, like in the back area of the bullpen, beyond where, you know, you've been told to wait. But yeah, the cop, you see that his name on his badge, his name tag on his shirt says Julius Sterling, Haney, and Julius says to you, yeah, I got into it, you know, I saw the effects that bad policing can have on a neighborhood, and, you know, I wanted to try and help my community out, and there could be a more positive way to do things. It's not easy, I'll admit, but damn, 37 years. What'd you retire as?
Master Trooper.
Master Trooper. Is that like a special Kansas thing?
It's when you're on the force for 15 or more years. It's a high office. How long have you been on the force?
Oh, me?
You look pretty young.
Yeah, only about 4 years now. A lot of it's been behind the desk here. Some of it's been out on patrol, but, you know.
You're in a good spot. You're in a sweet spot. This is about the time that I'm sure that you've cultivated enough trust, good relationships with your fellow officers, with your sheriff. They'll start sending you out more. What's it like working in a university town like this? I was mostly in rural areas.
Oh, you know, a lot of the teenagers who drink that shouldn't be drinking, you know, like come on, between you and me, if you're not making a real effort to hide it, you know, like, what are you doing? I mean, everybody kind of did that a little bit. But, no, I mean, sometimes it's very rare that we have gang activity around here. I mean, you know, in the worser parts.
Y'all ever deal with, I mean, we had this issue down in Kansas a couple times. Y'all ever deal with Nazis up here?
Not very often, no.
Yeah, they come and go, but they're scary folk.
Yeah, they tend to stay out of the city because unless they happen to be emboldened. You also notice, Haney, this whole time, his hand's like been over top of the phone, but he hasn't picked it up yet.
Right. I'm trying to wheedle him for information first.
Yeah, you're doing your thing. It's working. Reed, you notice that Haney is, you know, he's quite the talker. He's having a conversation with the cop at the desk.
Yep. I mean, despite his incredibly high charisma, Reed isn't the biggest talker. Unless he needs
No,
to
you're
be.
meant to blend in.
So, exactly. So, yeah, I'm gonna let Haney do his job. I'm strolling back to, like, basically stand just, like, slightly to the left of Haney, but with the to-go cup from the diner now freshly filled with his, what probably is his 6th or 7th cup of coffee.
This particular brand isn't great.
Man only runs on coffee.
It's not particularly great.
He doesn't care.
It's that fish type of coffee you get.
He does not give a fuck. He's used to way worse, and it's probably an addiction at that point.
So, the police officer named Julius, he's continuing to have this conversation with you, Haney, and he leans in a little bit more and he says, so, are you here about the Clark woman? You said that, right? Like, you hear, like, you were...
Yeah, she was supposed to do some consultant work with me and Bradford over there, but, I mean, we went over to have our meeting and she was gone.
Right, so, presumably, you went to her place. And that's when our guy saw you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we crossed paths there, and I think we freaked him out a little bit, and he freaked us out. But
right.
Had a conversation and squared things away.
Oh, no, that's fine. Hey, give me a persuade roll. What's your
So, may I have a
bonus? Oh, no, you are. You're getting a bonus. Give me a plus 40.
All right, my Oh, God.
Don't fuck this up.
Persuade is a 15.
Yeah, so yeah.
Oh, same though.
That is a success. It is 6 under 9.
Yeah, so this whole time as you two have been talking, his hand's not been hovering on the phone. It's just kind of laying down, touched on it. And he looks over at another officer who's sitting at a desk nearby and he says, hey, yo, Johns. Yeah. Hey, can you watch the front desk real quick? Yeah, no problem, man. And Julius gets up, kind of gives you like a look of like head tilt of, let's go. And Reed, you see this. Haney, you look back at Reed.
I'm not standing that far.
Oh no, but
away.
still, you know. Julius starts to walk away from the desk, and he takes you back into the bullpen.
Yeah, Haney looks at Reed, and Haney's eyes just kind of crinkle in a look at me, I know how to do my job kind of way. And he follows Julius.
Reed just nods.
He takes you back into the bullpen, and he takes you back to a room off to the side, and he says to you all, all right, so here's what they know. And he's like, so this room is sort of like they're collecting a little bit of evidence, right? He goes over to a bin, and he pulls out like an evidence baggie. And inside of that evidence baggie are 3 spent shell casings, which, as you all know, the cop had mentioned to you that there was, shooting.
There were shots outside.
Yeah, shots fired.
And we guessed it was
Yes,
Chantier.
and he says 3 9mm rounds found at the scene. My personal theory, now granted, I'm not a detective. I want to be a detective, so hear me out on this. Maybe this makes sense. From what I'm assuming you guys, having talked to our man on the scene, you kind of know what went down, right? There was screaming that was heard. There were gunshots, then nothing. I think she was screaming to get attention. One of them got sloppy, fired a gun off to keep her quiet. Not how I would have done it. Honestly, I would probably just knock her out if it were me.
No, but criminals aren't that intelligent. That's why they get into these kinds of situations instead of reputable positions in life.
Exactly. Oh, one other thing. This may be more interest to you all. This, he goes and he pulls out a sheet, and there are fingerprints on it. And he says, Crime Lab is running these down. They said that they would have an ID on them by tomorrow. So, I mean, if you wanted to come back here in the morning, might have a result by then.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Yeah.
That sounds good, yeah.
Is there any idea from anybody else about, what they could have wanted? It's not like, she's an academic, let's be real. It's not like she's got a bunch of money. And she's in a really niche field, so what the hell could they want her expertise for? Now, I've seen here and there, people kidnap biologists or chemists because their science know-how is good for drugs or what have you, but...
I don't know.
Didn't the woman study languages?
I don't know.
Odd situation. Maybe it wasn't even for her job. Who knows?
What do you think, Agent Bradford? Looking to you, Reed.
With his arms crossed. Wait, does he actually say that, or...?
Yeah.
Okay. With his arms crossed, Reed just says, well, there's not too much evidence to go from. Looking at it from my point of view, maybe they didn't get what they were searching for through academic means and decided to go to the source directly. Or maybe she has rich parents.
Or maybe she was just a pretty woman that they saw and wanted. Happens more than you think.
Yeah, happens quite often.
See, but that's I don't know if I buy that, Mr. Haney. Simply because they go through all this trouble going into her home, getting in there and abducting her, and not really stealing anything. She has to be useful for something. And he's got his hand on his chin and he's tapping his finger and he's like, we have gotten reports about Harvard campus police regarding skinheads popping up fairly recently, but I don't know if that's related or not.
Could be. These types of people, skinheads, Nazis, what have you, these criminal groups, extremist groups, they tend to be doing stuff on the side, like human trafficking, drugs, what have you. I know it seems like an odd way to steal a person. Typically trafficking is done by loved ones, but with these extremists, you never know.
Yeah, that's true. You never know.
Also, to be fair, do we know enough about her so that we can say that it wasn't like a revenge thing? Did she have anyone romantically involved that she blew off?
Right. That, this is all me just hearing in and talking with the guys involved with the case, right? Nothing that really, in that regard, stands out from what they've been saying. It really is just the strangest thing. But everything else that we got is just witness statements, from people who lived in the area, basically corroborating what they heard. They just heard screams and then a gunshot and then a vehicle driving off.
Did anybody see that vehicle, or
No,
Even hear it? Like, did it sound big or small or?
nobody
engine
saw
noise?
anything. I think they were probably too scared, Like, I don't blame them. Who would want to run towards the sound of gunfire, I mean, that's kind of our job, but I don't blame a civilian for not doing that. I think, let me see. He goes over to the same bin, and there's like a manila folder. He opens it, and you see him thumb through a couple of the pages, and he says, "Man, looks like there's only one person who says it sounds like it could have been a truck or a van, but they aren't sure."
Right.
Everybody else just said it was some sort of vehicle speeding off into the night. It happened around 1:35 a.m. on the 10th. Listen, there isn't really much. I guess we're still trying to put the pieces together. But if you got like a phone number or something, I can give you guys a call back when the prints come through. Let you know who it was.
I've got a pager, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you my pager number. You can reach out to me, and I mean, hey, if you want any advice on how to climb the ladder, I'm happy to talk anytime.
Yeah. No, that obviously not right now, he rubs the back of his neck like
No, we can meet for coffee or a phone call or whatever you want,
I would appreciate that.
We gotta back each other, protect our boys, look out for our fellows in blue.
You write down your pager number, he writes down his phone number, or the phone number for the desk. That way you guys have that information.
Not his personal phone number?
No. It looks like it would be the police station's number.
Can I have a luck roll to see if he also gives me his personal phone number?
Sure, go ahead and roll that.
Alright. I'm just trying to wheedle as much as I can out of this poor junior officer. No, he doesn't. It's an 86.
Yeah, no, he says this is the main station front desk number. If you call and it somehow isn't me, just ask for Julius Sterling, alright?
Perfect, will do. It was really nice to meet you, and you definitely have the trappings of a good detective. Just keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, we'll reach out to you tomorrow, or you'll reach out to us and go from there. Hopefully figure out what's going on.
Hopefully, yeah. I look, happy to help the FBI and
Yeah, there's always this stink about us not getting along. I mean, not that I'm FBI myself, but
but you're working with them. You're working with Agent Bradford here, he says, pointing to you. Reed.
Right. They're not bad folks. They're just some of them get a little handsy. So we're not trying to get into your investigation or take it over. There's just this very odd crossover situation. So.
Right.
And we'll let y'all do your jobs, obviously.
Yeah, of course. And he gestures for you guys to walk back out of the room. He closes it.
Yeah.
He walks back up to the front desk and he says, "Thanks, Johns." He's like, "No problem, Julius." And he goes back to his own desk. He gets back behind the front desk and he looks to you, Reed, and he says, "Happy to help the FBI, like I said."
Glad to be cooperating.
Yeah, he's a talker, isn't he? Just kind of gestures at Haney.
Reed smiles and says, some people just know how to do wonderful small talk.
"I'm sure you're good at it too," he says. And he's just like, "It's late. Get out of here." I gotta sit here, he says.
Well, I hope we'll be hearing from you relatively soon.
He nods.
The sooner we get this all done, the sooner we're out of your jurisdiction.
Yeah, because, you don't want to piss off somebody else if you're in their jurisdiction, he says. That unfortunately does happen. Do you guys walk back out of the station?
Well, anyways, thanks for the information.
Yeah, he sticks out a hand.
Yeah, I'll check it.
It's a nice firm shake, and he goes back to writing something that he had a piece of paper on the desk that he had been writing at when you guys approached. He goes back to writing, and you both walk back out of the Cambridge police station. Now what?
Well, looks like our only lead is still the Nazis, but we'll see what that fingerprint comes up with.
I mean, those fingerprints will probably bring up some of these fascist fucks.
Yeah, I mean, typically they don't know how to keep themselves from getting involved with the law.
Yeah, I mean, that's quite good for us.
Joking when I said they get involved in drugs and trafficking and all that. That's super typical.
Yeah, I mean, if they're pretty shitty at what they do, that's even better for us.
Right. Well, here's hoping we've got some inept, incompetent Nazis. I mean, they all are, but, you know.
Yeah, those special idiots.
We should probably reach out to Carradine.
Yeah, tell him we dealing with the remnants of some absolute fucking idiots.
Yeah.
There is a payphone a little ways. It's not it's not like right up against the building.
There are payphones literally everywhere.
Payphones are everywhere. Yeah. There's one like right out in front of the station. And I need to make a luck roll.
You want to call Carradine or should I?
You could call him.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a quick update for him.
You got enough quarters?
He smiles at that, thinking back to how he said the exact same thing, and then, oh yeah, you do need to use payphones a lot of times when you're on these missions, so always stocking up on quarters beforehand.
Yeah, I've got about 5 rolls on me right now. I feel my pockets feel real goddamn heavy.
All right, let's see if I can reach him.
I'm gonna make a luck roll.
Yes.
He doesn't answer, so you wait 5 minutes.
Yep. First of all, like when he doesn't answer, Reed just turns to him and says, "I'm gonna give it one more try after 5 minutes with the next number. If it doesn't answer by then."
Do we maybe want to move to a different, less conspicuous payphone? Maybe don't stand outside the police station for 5 minutes.
That is a wonderful call. Yep. Let's
Let's head over. Maybe closer to the Hampton, because we're gonna meet the boys there in about an hour anyway, so might as well lead him to it.
Okay. You hop back into Reed's AMC Eagle, and you head back to the Hampton Inn. Get yourself, well, Reed, unless you wanted to stay in the room where you got the briefing, unless you wanted to do that, or get a different room. Room's already booked. Okay.
No.
It's already booked? I mean, we can just go to the booked room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it's this late and we do wanna stay for the next day, so Reed's just taking a little, 2-3 minutes detour, goes up to the counter and says, "Hey, get any free rooms?"
I feel like there's a role for that.
Damn.
Otherwise, they're all gonna have to pile in the bed.
The receptionist looks up at you and says, "No, not currently. Sorry."
Reed looks around.
Any spare cots?
The receptionist at the desk says, actually, we do have some extra ones. How many do you need?
Amazing. Let's go with 3 for now. I'm happy to pay you service fee or whatever.
Don't worry about it this time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Actually, sir, she's looking at you, Reed. You did have that room from earlier, right?
Yep.
Okay. Do you need the cot sent up there?
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I'll just give us about 30, 45 minutes and we'll have them brought up to you.
Oh, yeah,
Perfect.
no worries. We don't need them instantly, but thanks for the extra work.
The dumbest thing I could have rolled a 1 for, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
God.
The dumbest fucking thing.
I'll keep using that one. Are there any pizza places in the area that we could phone, get some delivery?
Yeah, there's Johnny Romano's a couple blocks away. They do a pretty good slice. They do some pretty good subs, cold cuts.
Awesome.
I mean, I can place the call. They can deliver to your room. I can take that worry and ease off of you.
That would be perfect. That would be amazing.
Yeah, not a problem at all. What do you want?
We'll take a large cheese, a large pepperoni, maybe 2 side salads, and
you see her thinking and calculating. Side salads? Yeah, I think they do that. Yeah.
and then,
Okay.
if they don't have
she's
side
just taking
salads,
this
then
down.
subs, and then we'll do 4 Cokes.
Four Cokes. Okay. Reed, she is this woman behind the reception desk this whole time. She has been giving you puppy dog eyes this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Seemingly whatever you want, she might just do it for you.
I would say Reed notices, but doesn't do. He completely ignores it.
Yeah, no, she takes that order down, and you guys head back up to the room that was originally booked.
Mm-hmm.
And
Carradine.
Yeah, so
Call him.
Again. Yeah, you call him, and he answers this time because he rolled a 1.
Hey, Reed here. Quick update. We know what we will be potentially dealing with. Looks like at the university where she was working with, recently a few skinheads were hanging around. Police has taken notice, but they don't know if it's connected or not.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, seems like some esoteric Nazi tattoos and some, Totenkopf shit like that were...
You said esoteric Nazis.
Well, I mean, with the shit we're dealing with, yeah. They had those tattoos of, and he, like, snaps his finger. You can hear it even over the phone. What they were called, Sonnenrad, Schwarze Sonne, whatever. You know, those black sun tattoos.
Okay, that's really good information.
And then tell him about the skull and the crossbone one.
Yeah, they also had non-esoteric ones, just SS ones.
Say again, you're confirming that they had both esoteric and SS emblems.
Eddie and Scott have heard that those skinheads had tattoos of those two symbols.
Okay. Do you have any leads on where she may be, based off of the information?
Currently not, but we are working on it.
Work quickly. This may not be good at all. This could be very bad.
I mean, I guess we'll do our best.
I think, because we don't know anything specific about that one symbol, so do you want to, like, describe it to Carradine so maybe he can look into it?
I mean, to be fair, it seemed like he already knew.
Yeah, but we don't know what that specific faction is. So even if he knows, we don't.
Okay, so maybe let's be frank. Put the cards on the table. You know what we will be potentially dealing with, don't you?
Hold, please. I'm gonna roll in.
Do that, and also do me a criminology roll.
Okay, so criminology was 76 over 61. However, intellect was 21 under 85.
Yeah, go ahead and mark criminology because you're gonna get to roll for that.
I'm gonna have to look into more of it, but from what I know, there were a group of Nazis that were like us, but instead of trying to destroy the unnatural, they tried to harness it. We destroyed them, picked them apart by piece, hunted them down. At least that's what I was told.
Well, either whoever did this didn't do the best job, or someone found some old stuff from him.
That's what has me worried. I'm going to make some calls up to higher and find out what exactly we could be dealing with. Whether it's one of those two things that you mentioned.
Okay, we will stay on that thing and probably just page Haney when you have more information, and we will give you a call.
One more thing before you go.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in touch with someone who can get you some firepower. The weapons will be untraceable, but I don't know what they'll be yet.
Sounds good.
Can I call you at where we briefed you?
We are currently there. When can I expect that call?
Anywhere from a couple of hours to a day at most. If there's any other issues, I will leave a message for you at the front desk.
Rather than that, if we don't answer, page Haney, and we will give you a call.
Okay.
Looking forward to hearing from you again.
Likewise. Hopefully this is just a group of knuckleheads.
It will be the best case, but let's not expect the best case.
There's too many coincidences.
Exactly.
Oh, Mr. Reed, you are new to this group. What are your first impressions?
Well, seeing as I haven't known any of these men for longer than 12 hours, I don't think my first impressions are going to be very helpful.
Very well. Thank you for the call.
You're welcome. After hanging up the phone, Reed turns around, breathes out heavily, looks at Haney, and she says, "Okay, we might be dealing with something what Carradine described as there was a group of Nazis that were the same as us. However, they weren't trying to destroy, but rather harness the power. Not surprising, to be fair, but he said they were hunted down by us and should be gone, but maybe some remnants survived or someone picked up there after
There's
them."
something I know about these Nazi types. They're like cockroaches. You can't fully squish them out, seems.
He's gonna call up the chain of command and ask about it, and if he If he knows more, he will call back. Also, there's gonna be, and Reed just slightly smiles as he says, he will also get us more firepower.
Yeah, Harley beams. It's like, just my kind of mission. It's good we've got the 2 good shooters with us. And from your gear, it looked like you're a pretty good shot as well. Some good experience.
Normally I hit my shots.
Good.
He's gonna contact us again. He will first be trying this phone. If we cannot be reached over it, he will page you.
Alright. Well, those cots and that pizza should be getting here soon. And then, hopefully, the other 2. Which one of us is getting to bed? Because I'm not giving it to them.
I don't care.
Alright, I'll take it.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, I can sleep on a cot. That's no problem.
So, we're going to say that maybe about 15 minutes later, the cots come up. And 5 minutes after that, the Johnny Romano's order comes up.